Well, hello everybody. How are y'all doing today? There's too many, like, you know what? I need a producer. That's all I gotta say because I'm trying to do all these controls myself. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to Social Media and AI Shortcuts. I'm Madalyn and we've got lots to talk about today. I know I say that each week, but we really do have lots to talk about. I'm going to show you the brand new Gemini 2.5 Flash. You may have heard of it. It just came out a few days ago. It's also known as Nano Banana. I don't know why. I think it was a code name when they were still testing it out. That's my understanding, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm blown away by the capabilities of this free image tool brought to us by Google. You're able to I'm not 100%. I think we're going to be able to say goodbye to Photoshop and Canva with this. I feel like I've only scratched the surface, but I'm going to demo it for y'all today. And I can't wait to show you because it's super, super cool. And then we'll get to other like little pieces of news and things to talk about. But the main thing is I want to have y'all look at this Gemini 2.5 Flash. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Madalyn. I help content creators, marketers, and entrepreneurs get more done in less time when it comes to social media and AI because we all get overwhelmed. There's just too much information out there. So my goal is to just make it a little bit easier for you so you're not so overwhelmed. So that's what we do here. We come together every single Thursday afternoon to hang out and have this discussion. Let me bring up our group of awesome panelists who join us each week or whenever they're available on our weekly Thursday chat. These are all members of our school community, our social media and AI shortcuts group on school. And if you have not joined, be sure to do so. I'll put the link up there. How are y'all doing? Awesome panelists.
Hi, good. Everything is
you.
good. Everything is moving along. That's what we want, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hello. I come in peace.
I was about to say, are you coming in peace, Bez? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Great to see everybody here. We always just have a great group of those that are here on screen with me and those that are in the comments live chatting with us. It's always great to see so many people. We're broadcasting all over the place, which is so cool. Like right now, we're on X, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're just everywhere. I know a few weeks ago, when Jim was here with us, he was trying to push this out to his Substack, but he was having issues. I'm hoping that that'll become a regular thing is that we can put this on Substack as well. Rachel, I know you're on Substack. Are you like using their live stream feature at all?
I haven't. No. For me, like I literally write one post each week because I do have a sponsor, which is wonderful. So they pay for me to advertise it. So I'm committed to that. But beyond anything, beyond that, my business is like super busy right now. I'm not trying to brag or anything. It's just we're going into fall and a lot of people who are writers are booking holiday promotions. So it's kind of an insane time right now in publishing. So no, short answer, no.
I know that, people are really getting into the live stream feature they have on there because I know a lot of authors that like what you do and who you work with, as well as a lot of journalists are on there and they are using all the features. And I'm seeing a lot of journalists using the Substack live stream, which I think is, it's been great watching the progression with Substack and watching it grow. I'm starting to spend more time on there. I definitely plan to move my email lists over there because it just, to me, it makes more sense for everyone to use Substack because it started off as like, okay, it's a newsletter platform, so it's kind of like our MailChimp, but it's like, but it's actually more like an old school blog where you have your post and then people can comment. And it's like, oh, that reminds me of back in the old days, the olden days where we had blogs with comments turned on. Like that was the norm, right? And I mean, when I think back to like Social Media Examiner, which was the largest social media blog of its time, the comments would be amazing and it would be on fire and it'd just be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And you get so much more information and depth out of the discussion because of the comments. And then over time, people were doing it less and less and less, I think, because they were migrating to Facebook and other social media and just having discussions over there and not the blog thing just changed so much. And then it got to the point, I don't know if y'all remember, where most blogs just turned off comments. And it's just common now to have no comments turned on any blog. And I feel like Substack is bringing that old feel back where it's like you can chat with people. It's great for the creator, but it's great for the community it's building because of it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen you pointed that out, like one of my posts that kind of it was about Facebook privacy and our photos. I think I had like 40 comments on that post. Like that was insane. I haven't seen anything like that in 10 or 15 years. And it used to be on our blog, but remember, we didn't have Medium, we didn't have Substack. So people either had to be on their personal blog or be on social media, but there was no kind of in between. Medium kind of solved that problem because people could get it in their inbox as well as on the home. But for whatever reason, however it ended up working out, Substack has far overtaken Medium. I think because of their payment structure.
It
And
changed as soon as they started that.
yeah,
I
yeah,
never I loved Medium. I thought Medium was so great, but once they
yeah.
started to, have, where you pay, it wasn't the same.
Yeah, I mean, I always like keeping everything free, but I do offer if somebody wants to support me and pay for a subscription, I think it's like $8 a month, fantastic. But that's not my goal. I know a lot of people want to see Substack become the entire source of their income, and I wish them well. It's very difficult. I have 7,500 subscribers now, and 8 are paid.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. That's okay because I personally am not looking at that as a way to increase my income significantly.
Right,
But other
right.
people have everything behind a paywall and they're making bank.
Yeah.
So, it's totally a personal choice.
Absolutely. I'm just really excited about diving all in on Substack. I've already been playing around with it. I'm going to show you all a video in a little while of something. Maybe I should do that before I get into Gemini. I feel like we're going to be on Gemini for a while. I might have to show. I guess since we're talking about Substack, I probably should do that first because it was just a cool little find when I wasn't looking for one, and I made a little video. And this is a great example for content creators. Like I came across something cool. I'm like, I'm going to make a little video short that I was able to put on my YouTube shorts and my TikTok. And, it sparked conversation. And I put it, did I put it on Substack? I think, I don't remember if I did or not, but you know, there's always like nice when you find little things hidden that's like, oh, this makes it was something that makes me want to use Substack even more. And Jason from Bunsen, Beaker, and Bernoulli, I was going to say Bunsen and Beaker, but it's the three dogs now. So I'm always trying to remember. Jason and I go way back. Good to see you. We've set up the option to pay us on Substack too, and we don't have a ton of paying subscribers, but I think we have 65. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'd definitely love to know more of what you think. How long have you been on Substack, Jason? And is it something that you're really seeing as something that could be very worthwhile, especially with all these changes on these different social media platforms? So thanks for joining us, Nick. Yeah, well, and plus you can always watch the replay of this. But yeah, Substack, I think Substack is something we're going to be talking about more and more. Jason says they don't get anything extra, but the option is there for folks to pay us if they feel the Substack newsletters we do are worth it. I think that's great. And I know you have such a vibrant community of people that want to support your efforts. So I think that's excellent. So yeah, he's loving it. Oh, 3 years. Okay. Yeah, the Twitter, man, that Twitter newsletter feature was so cool when that happened years ago. And I jumped on that. That was so neat how what was that platform? I don't even remember now because that was so long ago.
Review, REVUE, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
something like that. So
I love that too.
it was great. Twitter bought it,
Yeah, it
and
was fantastic.
they made it so that if you went and it was free, it's like if you went and set up your newsletter there,
Review, yeah.
then it would connect to your Twitter automatically, and it'd be at the top, right under your bio. So at the top part of your Twitter account, right under the bio, it would have it. And it was brilliant. And I told everybody, you got to do this. And it was great while it lasted, but it didn't last. Wasn't it like maybe a year or not even a year? Like wasn't long. It wasn't long.
No, because once Musk took over, all those really cool
Every-
programs
yeah.
just
Yeah.
went by the wayside. They did
Jason
keep
said review.
Spaces. I have a bone to pick about Spaces, but we could talk about that.
Yeah. I'm glad they left Spaces because I was always doing so many of them. But The newsletter thing was cool. I hated that they did that. That was not smart on their part. But that's interesting, Jason. You moved over to. I was watching Substack for a long time. I've been on there a long time, but I haven't used it for my newsletters. I use Beehive for a long time and Mailchimp. So for some newsletters, I do usually do I was doing Beehive and that was from Matt Navarra. He highly recommended it when it was new, and I fell in love with that a couple of years ago. Love it. So especially because before Elon took over and turned it into X, when it was still Twitter, there was this great integration, and that was why I moved from Mailchimp to Beehive, because with Beehive, one tap, you could put a tweet in there. You could take one of your tweets and it would embed into the newsletter, and it was an amazing feature. I love because for my Twitter Smarter newsletter, it just made sense for me to use something like that, because I would always like highlight different tweets and I love that. But I still use Mailchimp for other newsletters, but I'm really going to be spending a lot more time with Substack, and I'm going to experiment with some of my newsletters there, like to test. And if I feel like this is a good place to go, then I'll just, export all of those emails over to it. But here's the thing, I know we talk about school a lot, and y'all know I'm a huge fan of school. I have, I just added I got 3 of them now. I haven't really launched the 3rd one, but I went ahead and set it up. But go to school.com/Madalyn Sklar. That's where this one, Social Media and AI Shortcuts, where we're able to continue these discussions throughout the full week instead of, this is a once a week live stream, which is always fun. We come here for an hour, have amazing discussions. You can always go to my YouTube to see replays from past weeks. Always a great hour of just insightful information, and we all learn from each other. We help each other. Y'all in the comments are always helpful too. And so I wanted a place where we can continue these discussions. So that's what we do over on School. This is a live shot of it right now. So it's like a forum. And if you haven't signed up yet, take a moment to do so. It's free. It's just a free community I have. But I've been putting some really interesting stuff like what we're going to look at today, this new Gemini 2.5 Flash and the cool things you can do. Oh yeah, and this was like I'll be showing you all this in a little bit. Some cool stuff I was doing with that today, and just other things I come across, as well as others in our community. Like Rachel followed up with one of the articles that she was talking about last week. She put in the link in here, and it's just another way for us to converse. So be sure to sign up. And I am going to be launching my 3rd one I just set up this week, is going to be for my Video Like a Rockstar program that I used to run years ago. I've mentioned it here before. I'm going to relaunch it, and I want to have a separate school for that. So I'm super excited about that. So since we're talking about Substack, let me go ahead and show y'all my Substack find that just happened out of the blue the other day. And I'm definitely eager to see if anybody has come across this, because I don't know if it's just something that I just like. Part of me was like, when I was making this video, I'm like, what if this has been out a while and I just didn't know, but I haven't really, I thought, well, if it's been out there, certainly, I would have seen it in action, and I haven't. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to make a video to show y'all. So let me play this for you all, and let me know what you think. So this is a feature I discovered on Substack, and it kind of gave me the opportunity to make a fun video and be really creative. I'm trying to channel some of these TikTok creators and how they make their videos. So let's watch this. Hold your horses. I just found a cool feature over in Substack, and I want to show it to you. And you're probably like me. You're starting to spend more and more time over on Substack because we're all looking to see what the fuss is all about. And I can tell you this, it's like being in old school Twitter. I'm really liking it. And hey, if you don't know me, hi, I'm Madalyn Sklar. I help people with social media and AI stuff, and I try to give you shortcuts to make it just a little bit easier on your day. Now, let's go take a look at this, because I want you to see what I just uncovered. I'm in my notifications in Substack, and I have one of my comments and a response to my comment. And out of curiosity, when I click the 3 dots, I see save as image. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I could save this as an image. So I do that. And then look, I come up here to my downloads, and boop, whoa, I now have this that I could go repurpose elsewhere on social media. That is freaking cool. I want to make sure you know about this. Let me know what you think of this feature and tell me about how you're going to use it. So, has anybody else noticed that? Because I'm like, wait, there's 3 dots. Let's see what, I'm just always
I
curious.
love the 3 dots, right? Those
Yeah.
That's like a whole new world opens up when
Right.
you put the
And when
3
I
dots.
saw that save, I'm like, save to image. Have you seen that, Rachel? I know you're on Substack a lot.
I've seen people do it in the form of like a restack where they'll highlight something I've written or
Yeah.
I'll do that for other people, right? So it's like a requote or a repost or what a post with
Well,
quote,
it's a screenshot on the orange background, which is their color,
which is great. Yeah.
So I love that. And because there's a tool I've been using to spruce up my screenshots.
Mhm.
Well, it's a company that Dustin Stout from Magi acquired recently called
Oh,
Pickyard. And when he had posted about it recently, he acquired it, and he's like, You can use it for free, but of course you get a watermark.
yeah.
But I'm doing it, and he's doing what he always does. $20 lifetime, I'm offering $20 lifetime until we get like so many people at that level. And then he's going to bump it up to, I think, 40. And I'm like, and I just want to support him. And I played with it and I did the free. And I'm like, this is cool because I hardly ever dress up my screenshots. And I know, Barb, you've talked about how you use Snagit. And I love Snagit. I've been with Snagit and Camtasia. I'm old school with TechSmith. They know me over there. I've been a customer of theirs for so long. And I love Snagit. I use it pretty much every day when I just want to do quick screenshots. But I rarely dress it up. I mean, sometimes in Snagit, I'll add an arrow and have some text, but usually I want a quick screenshot of something and it works great for that. But with Pickyard, I'll show y'all what it looks like real quick. With Pickyard, I can actually like really dress it up, and there's like a gazillion features on it as well. So I've been like, after playing with it, I'm like, I want to support Destin for $20 lifetime. Yeah, I can, as it says, make my dull screenshots into stunning visuals, and so you can really like fix them up and make them nice. And I love it. Like I'll just screenshot something and they have all these different backgrounds and colors and things. You can also, overlay something on like a phone. It has like the different phones and here's the watch. But let me see if this video will play. See, it has all. So when you're in this, I'll take a screen. I'll have an image. I put it in here, and then on this right side here, when I click on, I think it's this button up here, or maybe the palette. I don't remember which one. And it gives you like all these gradients, all this stuff. There's like almost too much to press. And I'll go through it and I'll try different things. And I'm like, oh, I like this one right here. Like you can so adjust. And then once you pick one you like, you can fine tune it with other adjustments within it. And I'm thinking free with a watermark is great, but even better, $20 lifetime. I'm just super impressed. So if anybody wants to try this, I can turn off this video. Is Pickyard, hold your horses. Hold on, is pickyard.com. Let me get back into that. PIC and then yard, YARD, Pickyard. It's an interesting name. He hasn't changed it. That was the name when he acquired it. I don't know if he's going to change it, but PICYARD.in is the actual URL. But Pickyard, I like it a lot. I think it's a cool tool. Y'all know when I find cool tools, I'm going to share it with y'all. Bonnie Frank's here. Hey, Bonnie, good to see you. Somebody that's been live streaming a long time. I remember you used to live stream like me before it was cool. So why helpful to cross promote Substack? Are you asking the question that like, why is it helpful to cross promote Substack? Make sure I understand your question. But what I did, so going back to that screenshot I did from Substack, let me go grab it because I put it on X. So let me show y'all it in action when I actually put it out there. Give me 1 second. This is why I need a producer to like do this part for me. So I'm not trying to do it all. Okay. So y'all saw me, show this that I figured out. So I'm like, well, I'm going to go repurpose this and go put it over on X. I could put it all over the place, to repurpose this bit of information. And all of it stemmed from a conversation I was having on Substack, because it is, to me, is such a great way to be part of conversations, kind of like a social media, but I'm really liking it. For anybody that has not tried Substack, I highly recommend it, because it's different and it's cool, and it reminds me so much of old Twitter and old school blogs. That's how I see it. So we'll definitely be talking about it more here in the future, I'm sure. Oh, Bonnie was saying it's very helpful to cross promote Substack comments and screenshots on it. Yeah, exactly, like what I was just showing. To me, it's like such a no-brainer. I can do a one tap, have that image, and go repurpose it elsewhere. Now, what I could have done, going back to the whole pick yard thing, if I wanted to really dress it up, then I could screenshot. I mean, it's more steps. I could have screenshotted it and then put it in pick yard and real quickly go pick some, or I could have even done the phone thing and embedded it inside to make it look like, it's in the phone. So yeah, I like repurposing. Repurposing is good. So Rachel, have you been using that feature much? You're just seeing it elsewhere.
Sorry, I had to unmute. I haven't personally used it, but I like the option. What I usually do is once I publish my post and you hit publish, then they put a bunch of visuals shareable images that you can download, whether they're vertical or square or smaller. And so you can see the options in there. And that's usually just like the little meta data that'll give you what the article is about. But for actual quotes, I think it's a great idea. It's wonderful. The only thing that I would say is, I don't know if you know about this, but apparently Musk doesn't like Substack at all.
I know. I remember when they came out with that notes feature, he took it very personally, because supposedly he was going to build something like that into X, and he got mad at I remember that whole debacle where the links didn't even work to any Substacks.
Yeah. So what I'm telling people is, if you're on X, don't even put, blah, blah, blah article by Rachel or by Bad Redhead Media via Substack. Don't even put via Substack anymore. Don't tag them, because it'll push you, supposedly. I don't know. But
that's so juvenile. That's so juvenile.
It's so juvenile. But I actually get, can I just share one more thing?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I get way more clicks from Facebook. And it's probably because I run ads, but on Facebook and Instagram. So I'm getting way more traffic than from X. Yeah. And supposedly a couple changes are coming through. Substack is adding advertising options. I don't know how that's going to go. It's in their update, but no real specifics. So I think that's important also to look at. Sorry, go ahead.
Absolutely. No, I was going to say that, it's just a reminder that a platform like School is great, because there's no censoring, there's no issues. You don't have a tech bro making all the decisions, of how this works for you. And it just drives me crazy, because I think it's just not cool. So, suppressing Substack links on X. But who's really getting much engagement on X anyway?
I'm paying for a premium. I realize now I can no longer run ads on either of my main accounts, and I pay for premium on both. So does that mean that I have to pay for premium plus to run ads, or are they just mad?
I have no idea. And
nobody responds. Nobody looks stuff.
Of course not. Yeah, they're just.
So he doesn't get my money. It goes to Facebook.
There you go. You go. It makes sense. Also, before we really dive into this whole Gemini 2.5 Flash, a couple of other things real quick. Y'all know I talk about Magi all the time. Well, Dustin was kind enough, the owner of Magi, to let me offer a 30% off for 3 months using my code Madalyn30. So I'll put it in the let me pull it up on here so y'all can see that. So if you want to check out Magi, and I have a new URL for it, magi.co/Madalyn will take you right to this page where it even has my nice little quote. I use Magi daily to help me work smarter, not harder in my business. It's one of my favorite, it's actually my favorite all-in-one AI tool. So for anybody that is um, likes using all these AI tools, but you're tired of paying all these subscription fees for each one, a tool like Magi, you get them all in one place. And he keeps it all on his server. So you're still using ChatGPT, you're still using Gemini, you're using all of them, but all of your data is safe and secure. And it's only $20 a month. It's such a no-brainer. I've been a subscriber to this tool since he started it about 2.5 years ago, I think. I mean, it was right after ChatGPT was pretty new. So anyway, go check out the link. You've got a little video here, just shows you all the different things you can do and a whole bunch of information about it down here. I just love that I'm able to offer this 30% off for the first 3 months. So I think that was pretty awesome. The other thing I wanted to bring up before we dive into the whole Gemini 2.5 Flash is last week we had a big discussion of WhisperFlow, that brand new tool I've been using that I'm absolutely in love with. Did any of y'all get a chance to try it out yet? No, it's all good. Look, we're all busy people. I understand. I was just curious. I just wanted to know if anybody had tried it out, and if y'all did, like, what did you think? So, thanks for joining us, Rose. Rose John is similar to Perplexity. So with Magi, it has all of them in one place. So Perplexity, they're all in there. I would definitely go check out the website. I've got the ticker at the bottom. It's Magi, M-A, hold on, let me bring the bigger link up real quick. magai.co/Madalyn, but it's on the ticker down there as well. So I'll leave the ticker going for a little bit. But it has all of them. Like, they're all the major image and large language models. They're all in there. So if it sounds interesting, I would definitely go check it out. Someone on LinkedIn said, just jumped on. Thanks for joining. Why use Substack for video instead of YouTube? Ooh, great question. See, I'm all about YouTube. I prefer YouTube for videos. Substack, Rachel, do you have any thoughts on that? Because I haven't really been using Substack enough to really be able to answer. I think YouTube is great because we have to all remember YouTube is owned by Google. Google's #1 search engine. If you don't know, the #2 search engine in the world's YouTube. Your videos will live on forever. Y'all, I know my YouTube channel looks like it's not that many subscribers, not that many videos. Y'all, I've been with it since whenever it first came out, and I had hundreds of Twitter videos. I had so many Twitter videos. I had lots of subscribers. The problem was it's all old, outdated information. Now, during the long stretch of Twitter, it lived on. I had videos that were old that were still relevant for a long time. But when everything changed to X, nothing was relevant anymore. People used to actually find my old videos because the YouTube search is that good and get mad and be hating in the comments like, this doesn't look like this anymore, or this function doesn't work anymore. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just pulling them all down. It's not even worth it, because it's okay if it's not relevant anymore, you can take it down, but it's a reminder that it's such a powerful search engine and that your content can live on forever on there. So I'm always going to be a fan of YouTube first and foremost for anything with video, but with Substack, having videos and especially live stream capabilities is definitely worth investigating and looking into, because I think it's just best to be in as many places as you can, not to be spread too thin. But if, like, here let me just explain my strategy real quick. And this goes back, I would say probably 15 years or so. When tools first came out that made it easy to repurpose content, the strategy was, I always taught this, it was such a great strategy, and it still is today. If you're making video content, you want to be able to just repurpose it out to as many places as you can, as you're able to, because why not cast out that wide net, right? And try to reel in as many people to you. If you have your 1 or 2 main places you want them on your Substack and your YouTube, well, then try to get them to come over there, or your school. But what I'll do is I'll make, a piece of content like a video, and I'll just put it out to as many places where I'm able to upload a video. And now that Substack is becoming a place I'm using, I'm going to be doing that more and more too. But I'm creating that one piece of content, even though I might, like for some stuff, I might specifically make it for YouTube Shorts or a TikTok, but I'll still put it everywhere else. I mean, do y'all do that much? Because it's still a great strategy, I think.
Well, if I could just address what that question was, why do Substack versus YouTube? It, like exactly what you said. YouTube is going to get you more juice, right? But remember that Substack is indexed by Google. So you could actually do like what Jason is doing with Bunsen and Beaker, take a video that's on YouTube and embed it into your newsletter. So then you're kind of getting a double hit. You might get people over there, or you might get people just stay on Substack. Why I like Substack, even though I'm not doing video, I am watching it and learning from it, is because the people that are there are, I don't know if they're a different age group, because there's a lot of younger people, but there's definitely a lot of older people, because it's a much more text-based app like Facebook, like LinkedIn. Older generations are more comfortable with that. So Substack seemed like a very easy way to open an account and just start writing, just kind of like how Blogger used to be, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I think from that perspective, it really depends on what your goal is. And that's what you were just talking about, Madalyn. Do I want to get subscriptions on YouTube? Or do I want to get subscriptions on Substack? Or do I want to be in both places? I don't know if one will cannibalize over the other, but YouTube will definitely get a higher ranking than your Substack video. So it depends on what your goal is.
Right. And it's so interesting because I've talked about it here. It was several weeks back. I kind of did like this in-depth thing about how, for my passion project, my Crime Stories podcast, how I do these videos on TikTok. And then it dawned on me, I guess, early at the beginning of this year, like I should be repurpose that into YouTube Shorts. The few times I did it, it didn't do much. I thought, well, maybe YouTube is not the best place, because I normally do a live stream and I do my podcast there. I thought, well, maybe YouTube Shorts is just not going to work into my strategy. But then what I decided to do is like, well, I've got all this content and it's doing great on TikTok. Let me just start putting them onto the YouTube Shorts, if anything, to just drive more traffic because of what the content is. Yeah. And I've been doing this consistently since earlier this year, and it has just grown the channel exponentially with views, not necessarily subscribers. I mean, I did finally get to 1,000 subscribers. But getting subscribers is hard, but I hit 100,000 views. That was when I did a thing on here, because it was just an interesting discussion about how I took this strategy to see where it would go. And now it's interesting how for that project, I'm making the video specifically for TikTok, but I'm getting that short-term engagement and views over there, but I'm getting more out of the being on YouTube because it's YouTube, and they'll live on, even though Shorts doesn't seem to be something that lives on forever, but people still go through and look at them. And I have some that, because of the search, gets thousands of views, but it's because of the content and the way I made sure I worded the title and the description. So I kind of look at it as like, should I really be strategizing YouTube Shorts more than I am with, because I feel like it's TikTok, but let's take advantage of YouTube Shorts. But when I go watch my analytics, I'm just like, this is pretty amazing what I'm doing, even though it's focusing on TikTok first.
So is there anything you have to change when you go from TikTok to YouTube Shorts, or it's just a cut and paste? What do you change? Because sometimes with different platforms you have to.
That's a great question. Yeah. Okay, so the reason why I wasn't doing it until earlier this year is because TikTok would put their watermark on it. And if you take that watermark copy of your video with that TikTok all over it, it doesn't work well on other platforms. Instagram was really big at saying, do not put watermark videos on here. We're not going to let people see them. And YouTube was the same way. So finally, there are tools to go remove it, but it's a pain to deal with. I tried them all, and it's like, no, it's not even worth it. To me, it wasn't even worth it. So TikTok finally made it so that if you upload a video onto your TikTok, you get a clean copy on your phone with no watermark. And that one I was like, okay, I have to repurpose this. I've got to do something because this is like great information. Right. So that's when I started doing that. And it took time, but I get such great results now. So for me, it's been like really worth it doing that. But it's also like, does it fit? Do TikTok videos fit into YouTube Shorts? Yeah, because it's the right size. I see a lot of people are doing that. You can tell it's TikTok because you can always tell a lot of mine are because I'm doing video reply. I'm real big with doing video replies on TikTok where somebody replies in the comment, they ask a question or they just make a comment and I can hit reply as a video. So with one tap, this is one of the things I love about TikTok. I wish YouTube did this. With one tap, it opens up my camera. It's going to show their comment as like a box on the screen. And now I can address the question or the comment. And that's how I've done so well on TikTok because it's a feature that I can get a lot of mileage out of and the content is helpful for people. So it's like, I need this over on YouTube as well. And I think it would do well. Once the watermark was off, it's like no brainer. Like it doesn't take that much time. And I've been using, YouTube has a really great app, a phone app called YT Studio. And so because the clean video from TikTok is on my phone, I just go into the YT Studio. Let me see if I can show y'all. And when I open it up, there's a button at the top, a plus sign. I just tap on that and I go find the video on my phone. And with one tap, I've now uploaded it. And then I can go back later and either on desktop, which for me is a little bit faster. And then I can go and add in the title and description and stuff. And also with YouTube Shorts, you can put related video. You take one of your videos and have that as related. So when people are watching your YouTube short at the bottom, they can tap to see you. You can send them elsewhere, which is cool.
Yeah.
So that's nice. That makes it worth it. Now, do you have to record the video in TikTok, or can you record it as a standalone video?
That's another great question. So it depends on what you're trying to do. So if I'm doing those video reply comments, it's easier for me to just tap because it's just right in there and it immediately opens up your camera on the video. But I can actually make the video on my phone and then go tap on it over there. And instead of making the video, when the thing pops up, I can just add a video. The thing is, though, I'm usually reading. Like I like to do it in the TikTok app for that, just for the reply videos, because I can read it. And like, many times I'll be like reading it going, okay, so-and-so said, or so-and-so asked, blah, blah, blah. And then let's talk about it. And it's just easier because for a while I was like, okay, I hate how TikTok makes everything backwards. And if I'm wearing a shirt and I want people to read the shirt, because I hate when everything's backwards. So sometimes I'd rather just do it on my phone, but then it's like, okay, I got to remember what their question was. And sometimes I would just jot it down on a Post-it, put it near me and just try to, do it that way. But if it's a video I'm doing where I'm just talking about something without a video reply comment thing, then I will just record it on my phone, because on the iPhone, you have that cinematic feature, which is, to me, is the best way to record. So, and I'm sure Android has something similar, but at the bottom there's cinematic, and it automatically blurs your background. It makes you look great on the screen. And so what I do is I get my tripod, I put it up here. I have a little tabletop tripod, put it on my desk, put that in cinematic mode. I was making a whole bunch yesterday, and I just point at me and I just start talking, and then I'll go upload it to TikTok. And what I'll usually do is, because the editing in TikTok is so easy to do and quick, is I'll take that version that I've uploaded to TikTok and then go put that version to YouTube Shorts. Because my video editing tools, while they're great on my phone, I find that I can edit quicker inside the TikTok app. Not in their CapCut, but the embedded was part of TikTok. Mm-hmm. It's finding what works for you. I mean, everybody has their strategies, finding what works for you. And then when you have that finished piece of content, like, can you do something else with it? And I love how Rose John said they post everything across all channels. They have an omni-channel strategy, and not everybody can do that. It's not easy for everybody, but I love that, they're doing that, because that's what I try to do. It's not always easy because it's time consuming, but if you got a really good piece of content, I think it's worth trying. And Jason's bringing up a good point. The big issue is the music on TikTok and dealing with the whole music thing. And so with me, when I'm making videos, I just don't put the music in. I just don't. Because many times you run into issues on YouTube when there's embedded music from TikTok. So that's when it's like, either re-strategizing where you do the whole thing on your phone and have a version without the music if you don't want to run into the music issues.
I think that's the music thing. I think I was reading about this. So each of the social media platforms have agreements for copyright. So if you use something in the app, it's okay. But if you go to share it somewhere else, if they haven't created those same agreements for the royalties or whatever on the music, then you end up getting these takedown notices. Right. And it's not like you did anything wrong, but how are we supposed to know who has what agreements?
Exactly. Yeah. So it just became too much of a headache. Rose, thanks for all your comments in here. And you worked for Apple. That's super impressive. And then Jason says edits for Instagram and Facebook rocks. That's cool. It's just finding a system that works for you. And, and like he likes the desktop CapCut editor. Yeah, I just find that when I'm in TikTok, their editing tool is so easy. It's the easiest thing I have a great editing tool I've used on my phone forever. It's called Video Shop. I love it. And I always thought it was the best thing ever. But then when I'm in TikTok and I'm just using their built-in editor, I'm like, this is faster and easier for, just my little trims and cuts and adding some text. It's super easy and I really love it. I love these discussions because things just organically come in and we have such a great chat about it. I definitely want to spend the rest of our hour talking about this Gemini 2.5 Flash. Because it is so incredibly interesting. It literally just came out a couple of days ago, and I'm eager to show y'all what all I've been doing with it. Has anybody heard about it yet? Have any of y'all heard of this? You'll know Gemini, which is a free Google AI tool. Let me show you. I was hearing things about it, and then what really started was a video on TikTok the other day, and I was like, oh, it's out or coming out, because this guy he posted it the day it came out, this video, which I'm going to play for y'all, but it had just literally come out. So I think he recorded this because he talks about how it's about to come out, but just know it has come out. So let me play this. So we'll start with this so you get the idea of like what started my journey from a few days ago to where we're at now. Well, let me back this up.
Holy shit. AI image generation is literally never going to be the same again. There's a new image generation model that's not officially released yet, but you can access it. And let me tell you, it is the craziest thing I've ever seen. It makes all other AI image generators look like an absolute joke. To make it even crazier, you can literally upload one single image of yourself and it will perfectly replicate you. So you don't need to upload 20 different photos of yourself and still have a very mediocre result. So check this out. Here's the original. And here's the AI version. Example number 2, here's the original, and here's the AI version. The model's called Nano Banana. It's rumored to be from Google, and it's not officially released yet, but you can try it out. Drop image in the comments below. I'll send you the link.
So yeah, it's out. It's just, I just think it was before he was aware of it. All good. I was like, wait a minute, that's what I was just hearing about today. Real quick, let me just show a couple more comments from Rose John on here. Would like to share a fun Google avatar video with you. Yeah, feel free to share. Best keyword search ever. And also like banana, yes. I want to know, like, why was this called Nano Banana? I think it was the code name before it was released, I think is what I was reading about. Let me play a short little video, a YouTube short that came out when this launched, just so y'all can, I just want y'all to like kind of get these little snippets of info before I start showing y'all how I'm using it.
Were true. It was Google who was behind the mysterious Nano Banana image model. But now it's actually official and it's being integrated into the Gemini app for users to access today. I actually got early access for the past couple days to test it out, and it's not replacing Photoshop yet, but it is still super impressive. It's the first image model I've used that passes the face test. Other models often distort my face when I'm trying to do a simple edit, but so far this remains consistent, aside from the slight softening effect I notice on the skin when you zoom in. In this prompt, I asked it to remove my jacket and give me a t-shirt, all while leaving the text unchanged. It nailed the clothing swap, but the text does get a little wonky if you zoom in and look between the gaps. But for things like interior designing and swapping furniture in your living room, it really excels. I'm refurnishing my living room, and I actually replaced the couch that I want to get with my old couch to see how it looked before I actually buy it. You can do something called multi-turn editing. Check out this example. You can start with an empty room, paint the walls, add a bookshelf, then a couch, a rug, maybe even a coffee table. And you do this all piece by piece to see what it looked like when it all comes together. Its real-world reasoning allows it to infer what happens before or after a moment shown in an image. For example, what might happen next as a balloon floats towards a cactus. And combining multiple elements from different photos to create a brand new image turns this into a legit, powerful editing tool. Almost rivaling Photoshop, but with a fraction of the learning curve. It's been the top-rated image editing model on the LM Arena for some time now, and honestly, after testing it myself, I can see why.
Well, there you go. That's like just a little bit of info of like, I put the link on here if anybody wants to check it out. It's just gemini.google.com, which has always been, the URL for Gemini. But now when you go there, it actually shows you this Gemini 2.5 Flash. So let me show you all the article that goes with this that came out, and then I'm going to show you all my examples of how I've been playing with it. So yeah, Gemini 2.5 Flash image. And like what he was saying in his video is so exactly true when I played with it. One of the problems I used to always have with these image generators, especially ChatGPT was terrible about it, is I upload a photo of me, like say one of my headshots, I wanted to change the background or color my shirt or whatever. It would always distort my face or just do something funky, like it was never right. And you couldn't read any kind of text properly. And of course the text thing got a little better, but it still was not that great. So one of the first things I did was like, all right, let's put up a headshot of one of my headshot photos and play around with it. And I was wowed. And when he talked about in that video about how his only gripe about the whole face thing is how it kind of smoothed it out a little bit. The first time I did that, it did smooth, but when you're a little bit older, like you don't mind having your face smoothed out a little bit. So it wasn't drastic, but it was subtle. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. So, it's not perfect, but it's not bad. It's like really interesting, all these things you can do with it. So I've just been doing some minimal testing with it. And I can't wait to show y'all. But like, here's just a simple changing, a shirt color. But yeah, let me show y'all what I've been doing, because what I want everybody to do is play around with this at some point between now and next week and give it a go and just see, just so you can see like what all it can do. So I'm just going to share just simple examples that I did. And to make this easy, I'm just going to have me on screen for this part. So this is up on my X account. I wanted to show off how easy this Gemini 2.5 Flash is to play with and to adjust. So first thing I did is I put in a headshot photo of me, and that's just a photo in my office right behind me. You can see it's, my little heart thing on the wall. And it's just, just some no frills, non-fancy headshots. And I wanted to see if I could have this adjust the background. And all I said for the prompt, this is all I said, was give me a cool background. That's it. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Hold on. And that's what I got within seconds. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. It's like very little effort, and I get a really nice looking background. And I loved it. I love this. I'm like, this is something I would use. And so for me to just put in one tiny simple prompt to get that, to me was, okay, this is something I'm definitely going to want to spend more time playing with. So then another one I tried out was a very simple prompt. I just said, generate an image of a banana wearing a costume. That's all, just simple. And it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's fun. And then I just went back and forth with it a few times just to refine it and get it more to what I was envisioning that I would like. And it came out with this. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. This is so cute. I did this, the first set of photos I showed you with my headshot, I did it on desktop with this right here with the banana. I did it on my phone because you can, the Gemini app on your phone. And it's just interesting how quickly you can create images with little effort and do things that normally you would be doing in Photoshop or on Canva. And I'm thinking, this might replace or be in addition to those. So I'm curious to see what everybody thinks of this, our group of panelists, that the imagery is just so vibrant and nice with minimal effort. Any thoughts?
I liked it gave me an 80s Miami Vice vibe. So I was like, well, did it analyze you and said, hey, what is she, a Gen Xer, a boomer, a Gen Yer, Gen Z? It did a good job of in context. I'm thinking from a holistic. I don't know, what do you think?
I wasn't sure how it came up with what it did, but I was just wowed by the fact that I just put in such a simple prompt to start. And I'm thinking, wow, if I just want to keep refining and refining, who knows like what, how much even better or more to exactly what I want. But it was better than I expect. Like, I don't have a lot of high hopes with some of these image generation capabilities because they've been okay, but not great. And so, still resorting to, regular tools for images, not so much utilizing AI tools for that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is doing more of what we all thought they were going to do for us.
So how is that replacing Photoshop? Photoshop is a very sophisticated tool. It's not a Canva, so because if you ever had Photoshop or bought the suite of things and paid your $50, I think it's now more. But I would open up Photoshop. It was like, whoa! I'm in the cockpit of a Raptor F-22. I don't know what button to push, but Canva I can do.
Right. Yeah. I've been using Canva a lot. Canva, some of their embedded AI tools, all that whole magic thing is really cool and really helpful. It's just, trying these different tools and see what works for what your needs are. But what I'm gonna be doing now is when I'm working on some YouTube thumbnails and things, I think I'm probably gonna start in this Gemini 2.5 Flash, AKA Nano Banana. I just love that name. That's why I hadn't made the banana thing. I saw in a video somebody did a prompt like that. I'm like, I'm gonna try that and see what it does for me. I think I'm gonna be starting there and then refining in Canva if needed. But I'm feeling like I won't even need it refined elsewhere. I'm thinking, I mean, this is so new, so I haven't had time to try that yet for a YouTube thumbnail, but I'm going to definitely play around with that to see if I could. It'd be amazing if I can just do it all there because, I've shown y'all here how I've had that newer strategy where I start with vidIQ, but they're not always perfect. Sometimes they're perfect as is, but about half the time they're not quite what I want and the refining doesn't work. So I'll take the best it gave me and then go over to Canva and refine it there. And that's been working. But I'm thinking I might not have to do either of those two. I might be able to just do this in Gemini and have it do the whole thing. If I can get that much capability from, y'all saw how simple my prompts were. I just wanted to go simple and just see if I could just simply say something super generic and see what it comes up with. Go ahead, Barb.
Behind the scenes here, I have been playing with it while you're doing that. Can I share my screen? With what just happened?
Yeah, let me.
I'm shaking.
Go ahead and add your screen.
Let me.
I'd love to see.
It's. Oh my God! I have to share my screen. Just a minute.
Yeah, let's see. I can't wait to see.
I'm literally shaking. This. I work with this stuff every day, but one of the things I like to do every day is change my personal profile on Facebook. And I've been playing with AI for, since in doing that since 2004. I think I finally got comfortable with it. Wait till you see this. Oh my God.
You have us in suspense, Barb. I can't wait to see it.
Okay.
All right.
Now,
can I pull it on the screen?
Okay, I was asking what it could help me with, so I don't know how big I can do this, okay?
Okay, there you
Can
are.
you
We
see it?
We see your headshot.
Should I? Let me see if I bring
And
it. There you
I'm
go.
going to demo too on my end, but yeah, I want to see your. Okay, so we see your headshot.
So there is where it started from, okay?
Okay.
Now, that's what I uploaded. I asked it with please change my suit jacket color to fuchsia and my blouse to light pink in this scene. Then it gave me this tip with image generation. Your imagination is a limit. If what you see doesn't quite match what you had in mind, try adding more details. If you were friends on Facebook, you know that I've been doing all that Santa Fe, all of my turquoise clothing and all of that over the last couple of years because of the fashion thing, right? So I changed that and I thought, well, my neck is too. And so while you were talking, I told it, please add a strand of pearls necklace to my outfit. Ta-da.
Nice. Very nice.
Just like that.
It's fast.
A minute, So
and you can you can download it, right? And it all works the same whether you're on desktop or mobile. I've done the mobile app, I've done on desktop, and it is so easy to do either or. The only thing is I've noticed is that the chats don't save. They're not saving, and I don't know how. I even asked. It's like I guess it's temporary. I don't know. I'm just so surprised because I feel like I have to start over to show, demo this for y'all because the ones I did, I'm like, gosh, I would like to just show y'all what I did.
Can I add comments to that? If you look up at on your, I'm assuming you're doing that on a laptop or desktop when you're doing it, and you can see the URL. I took that URL and
I did. And then
mine pulled it up.
Mine didn't.
Mine pulled up my chat.
Every time I'd go grab the URL at the top because it gives you a unique URL. And I thought, well, no brainer. I'll just take that because that's what I do with ChatGPT. Every time I open a new browser, it's just a plain screen with nothing on it. And I'm like, this is weird.
Oh, mine did that this morning. How long ago did you do it?
The last several days, including today.
Just this morning, because this was my first exposure. So I did it this morning in my blog and it worked. So maybe that was just something at the beginning it didn't work.
Maybe because the sidebar doesn't show anything. They're like nothing. It just says new chat and it's a blank screen. So I don't know. I mean, maybe because it's still new and maybe it's a little buggy. But thanks for showing that example. And I'm going to show y'all some more because there was a tweet that came out that this guy showed a bunch of examples that is super interesting. Just so y'all can see like the capabilities. Because I think that's what's so interesting here is like there's so much you can do with this. So, and I'll put links to this over on my YouTube description of this video later. But this came out, a tweet came out yesterday talking about this and just showing these. So look at this, taking these two images, turned it into that.
Wow.
So let me see if it'll let me stop it. The prompt. So you take those two separate images. Let me grab that prompt. Create an image where the woman in the photo is cuddling the dog on a basketball court. That is wild. And this thing moves fast. Start frames for ads for this one. Editing one step at a time is really cool. That's interesting. It's just adding these prompts, and then it's just keeps adding add a Parisian rug, and it adds it. Add a mid-century coffee table. Boom. That's not that fast, but it's not slow. Designers and creators will really like this. You can move styles from one image to another. Flower petal textures can go on sneakers.
Ooh, I'm going to test this. Because I like to do stuff with Dia de los Muertos type of stuff. And that gets a little intricate. So this is going to be cool.
And this says you don't need Photoshop anymore. Let me see if I make this bigger. You don't need Photoshop anymore. So it has that image at the top. The prompt says this photo is boring and flat. Enhance it, increase contrast, boost coloring, and make it richer. And you can see that second one is definitely better. So this is really interesting. Here's one, change the image background. So it says the prompt is change the background to Marrakesh and the clothes to a Moroccan jalaba. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. That's wild. Removing people from pictures. So look at this.
Yeah, there was a story behind that one, so that's interesting.
I remember the story. But look at how seamless, like, I've seen other stuff about that. It's like it anticipates what to put in its place. I saw a video earlier where the guy's like is showing like a photo on the screen at the back of a phone, of an iPhone and an Android. The prompt is turn the phones over. So now showing the front of the phones, exactly what an iPhone looks like with the icons on your screen and the way your phone with everything, and same thing with the Android. And they were like, it anticipates and knows what to put in its place. So that's interesting, being able to remove things and make it just be so seamless. Replace outfits. This one looks interesting. Image restoration. Image restoration has never been this stunning with any color model. So there's a very old photo to this. That is amazing.
That looks good.
I know. Let me go back again. Look at that. So an old photo, black and white. You can even see it's just the way the coloring is. It's old to that.
You know, and I have a Google Workspace, so I get this type of access, but I haven't played with this one that much, and not with the new features. But this is great. I love the coloring of old photos.
The coloring is amazing.
Wow. Dude, this.
You could take really old photos. You know.
Wow.
Wow, look, it's so much more crisp.
That is amazing. Yeah.
So I want everybody to play around with this between now and next week and report back and let me know your thoughts, because this is really interesting and it's brand new. I mean, this just came out. And we're going to see a lot more about this, I'm sure. People will be talking about it more. So good to see you live online learning. Great seeing everybody. Thank you all so much for coming here and hanging out with us live. And we appreciate those watching the replay as well. But yeah, this is really cool. So this is Google Gemini. It's free to use. They just updated. Let me put the link back on here. It's the new Gemini 2.5 Flash. So when you go to gemini.google.com, it's their free AI tool. Of course, you can upgrade. I've just been playing with the free. But when you're on there, now it automatically did this for me, but just make sure if you go in there, I'll pull it up in a minute. We'll go demo this. It needs to say 2.5 Flash at the top, and the pull down menu. It's automatic for me, but if it doesn't say that at the top, then you definitely want to be sure to click on the right thing in the pull down.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems to be automatic. I think it's just something they made default now. So I'm going to show y'all some more of what I've been doing. So let me bring. So see, Barb, my sidebar has nothing. It's like, I don't understand. It has not saved any of these.
Oh, wow. Mine has a whole list.
I mean, am I logged in?
And
I'm logged into my Gmail account. Maybe only for upgrade. Maybe you are upgraded or not?
No.
Well,
I can take a screenshot. It shows all of my stuff on the side.
I don't know what the deal is.
Do you have maybe you have the side setting collapsed menu over there in the left? Do you have that open where you can see the menu?
Hey, Cindy Lou. I forgot this is Cindy Lou's other account. Let me check.
I can share mine again if you want, but That's where it has a thing
No,
where you can
this
collapse the menu.
it was not collapse. This is collapse. This is not collapse. No, I mean, I dug all around. Because that was the first.
You can sure see it in mine.
Because this is not collapse, and I mean, I've done multiple ones. I've done on my phone. I've done on my desktop. None of them have saved. So I don't
Well,
know why mine's not saving. So
they're picking on you.
I guess. Well, let me walk through and do a quick demo. So what I want everybody to do, as you know, their very cool homework, is take some kind of photo, anything. In my example, I'm gonna just do a headshot of me. So let me go do like one of my headshots. I'm gonna put in here. So I'm just gonna drag in. You can drag it in or click the plus and add. So I've got one of my headshots. And just like that one with the cool background, somebody throw me out a prompt of what we can do to, like, what I should ask it to do with my plain headshot. Any thoughts? Maybe, Bez, I should ask it to do something like an 80s, give it an 80s thing.
Yes. Yeah, give it yeah, I'm actually playing around with it, but yeah, give it an 80s vibe. You caught me off guard. I'm about to create something.
I'm gonna say dress this up with an 80s vibe. Let's see what it does.
Yeah, Miami Vice, neon, the whole
It's
nine
fairly
yards.
fast. It's not.
I love your imagination, Biz.
Have you seen that that video about taking us back to the 80s? And it's like we used to interact and we didn't have
hideous.
Screens. Did you see that?
Oh my gosh, look at that.
That is hideous.
Look at it again. Put her sunglasses on with glasses.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. What they had.
You look rad.
That looks very well. Yeah. What does the shirt say?
Now-
Rad Retro Podcast. I still have all the tattoos, but Rad Retro Podcast. Well, I know in the 80s I only had one tattoo at the time. So I don't
look
know.
at the two glasses there. See if you can tell it to take away
I'm
the one set of glasses.
Glasses.
Or remove that or change the other one to sunglasses. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell it to change the glasses to me just wearing the sunglasses. We'll see if that works. Also, what's cool when you do this, I don't know if it does it here on desktop because I don't see it. No, it still didn't.
Look what it did. It put makeup on your eyes and then it left it up.
Let me just tell it to put it over my eyes. On mobile, there's like a little speaker button. If you turn it on, it'll talk to you. Like instead, not the like ChatGPT talk, like it's saying it out loud. So when I'm just typing and doing this, it's still not doing. I specifically said put sunglasses over my eyes. That's not bad though. I mean, that's definitely. And look, even the little wristbands, very very bright neon. That was very popular.
Uh-huh.
The background is spot on. Very spot on. But look at how, you know what? So, I mean, I can see this bigger because it's on my screen here. I know it's smaller for y'all. It definitely smooths out my face. I like that. I don't care for the colors, but that is a very 80s thing. So, yeah, glamour shots. Remember going to the mall, go get glamour shots. Boy, that brings us back to the 80s. But y'all saw how minimal effort, and look at what this does. That's so interesting.
How much can we do for free? Does it
I don't know.
us?
I don't. I imagine there's a limit. Let's see. It changed to a 2000 vibe. Let's see what it does with 2000. See if but that was quick with an 80s vibe.
Wow.
But y'all, all he did was because the other thing that one guy had in that short video that was interesting, he talked about how you don't have to go upload 20 different pictures of you because you know how, like, was it Laura, when Laura came out, that whatever that version of Laura that came out earlier this year, and there was like a whole strategy Destin from Magi was teaching the community, like you had to upload a whole bunch of your headshots. So it had all this stuff to work with, and it was all this stuff you had to do. And it sounds like with this, you just give it one headshot and it can just do so much more than like having to give it a lot of examples of you. So podcast princess. That background is very 2000. That's I don't know why it likes putting sunglasses on me. That's funny. So this just y'all, I'm just throwing out very simple. Let's go back to my first example talking about the a banana superhero. Let's say create a banana superhero. So I want everybody to do between now and next week, just play around in there. Put up a headshot and have it dress it up or do things different that you couldn't do in yours, you know. Just try different things like this. Look how fast this was. Here's a banana superhero for you. So back to the whole thing on my phone when I turned the speaker on, what it would have done is said this out loud. It would have this man's voice. Here's a banana superhero for you. That it was really cool. It was talking to me its answers when I was going back and forth. But look how cool this image is. And I can look, there's a little download button if I want to download it. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? From a very simple prompt. I think this is going to help marketers, content creators. I think companies that do like advertising, they're probably going to cut their staff.
Well, it's character consistency that it's creating very well. And I see there's lots of storybooks where character consistency has been one of the biggest issues for all of the AI creators that are of storybooks. They're really having a tough time with that to carry through. And I can see, I mean, this does it in seconds and really that it just isn't that far off.
Right.
So that's worth it.
Let me try one more thing. I'm going to say, go back to my, let's see. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me put a different photo up. I want to give it a prompt. Okay, put another headshot. And I'm going to put in this prompt because this is a prompt I played with yesterday. I'm asking it to change my shirt to say, I love AI. I just like that it's not super slow. ChatGPT is pretty slow. And ChatGPT never gives me great results. So I just stopped doing stuff like this over there. But I'm going to do this a lot more here. All right, that's very plain, but at least it did it and it removed all the other stuff that was on my shirt. But it kept, because the other thing too, like with ChatGPT or other image generation tools, it'll totally mess up the tattoos on my arm and put things on there that's not on me and just sometimes look very bizarre. This is keeping everything really consistent. It's not changing it up. I'm super impressed. I think the I love AI is super boring and plain. Let's see. Let's say make it more exciting and pop on my shirt. Then we got to wrap up. I looked at the time like, holy cow, it's getting late. I got to run. I just want y'all to get excited about this so you'll play around with it too, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Try it out. Report back to me next week and let me know what cool things you're able to do with that. And if you remember to save your prompts so we can talk about it. Oh, see, that looks better. I mean, it doesn't look like it's real on a shirt, but so it's going to take a little more work if I was going to go back but you know what? I did do one that came out actually really good. Let me see if I have it. I'm trying to remember where.
Oh, I did one.
I mean, I have one that did work really well. Let me see if I can add the image. How did yours work, Baz? Was it good?
I took like, you know, my current headshot. If you see all my social media, so I'm a real professional and everything. And it put me in Miami Vice, all the neon, a white Ferrari Testarossa behind me. It gave me a full length shot, all relaxed. It took me back in time. I don't look like this right now, but you know, hey, you know, it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh man.
Let me find this one because I want to show y'all real quick because it was actually pretty good and it looked more real. So this was one of the first things when I first tried it a couple of days ago. So I took one of those screenshots, one of those headshots, and I just said, change the shirt to say, I love AI. And look how cool, and that looks real. That looks like it's really.
That looks great.
That looks really good. And it didn't mess up my tattoos at all. I'm telling you, whenever I do this on ChatGPT, it messes. I'm like, okay, that's not really me. And you're making my arms look way funkier. And I don't like, and you're putting weird colors in it. It was bizarre. But that looks real. that looks like, okay. I mean, think about it. So you could do a photo shoot, which y'all, this is me put my tripod behind me, my big tall tripod, put my phone on it. And, you can have it just do a whole bunch of photos, or I have a little Bluetooth little clicker thing that you can
Yeah.
connect to the phone. So I can actually, like, you don't see my hand. I'm probably doing the clicker. And so I can just have it take the photo when I want it to. This was so easy for me to do, but then who wants to go change shirts and go change things up? Could just get a set of good photos of you and then just I mean, I could keep reusing these photos, but just having it change. I did also one where I had to change the color of my shirt too. That was
Do,
surprisingly pretty good.
do you have time to show a quick, or are we out of time? What my share my screen real quick? Just laugh so we can laugh, or
Yeah, let me take this off the screen. It's not letting me add what I want to show y'all, but let me. Yeah, do you want to add? Go ahead and add. Uh-oh, did we lose? We lost him. Bez, he did what I usually do. You press the wrong button. I've done that many times. Hopefully he'll be right back. Let me see if I can bring that photo up. I want to. It's not letting me. Okay, there it is. So this is the other one I did, and that looks real too. Same from the other photo I did, and I had it say "I love AI," and it looks real. I mean, I don't care for white all that much on me, but super impressive. Here he comes. I know, Bez, you pressed the wrong button.
yeah, no, forget it. Yeah, we'll
It's
do it
okay.
next time.
It's
Yeah.
okay. We got it running. It's late. But anyway, this is just, I mean, look, I know I'm a geek with all this techie stuff. So maybe y'all might not be nearly as excited. I get excited for some. I'm like, this is fun and cool. And then what always happens with me is like, what else can I do with this? Oh my gosh. I'm like, so I'm just like, I'm going to be playing with it a lot more. Because really, y'all, this just came out. So if y'all are excited about it, you don't have to be as excited as I am. But if you're excited about it, for everybody watching, try it out and report back. Let me know. We'll keep this discussion going. I have a discussion about it over on school. So y'all come over there, and that's where we continue our chats outside of this chat. Let me put the link back on here. So if you're not on our school, go to school.com/Madalyn Sklar. Do it right now. And I already have a discussion going on over there for this, and we're going to keep it going. And so I would love for you to go play with this and then report back over in school in here. So I've got 2 different posts. All the stuff we just went over, I'd put the links in here to this one. And oops, that's not what I wanted. And then what I just showed y'all today, I have that over there as well. So you can just come over here and then just come, drop in your comments and share with us your thoughts. Would love to hear from y'all. So that's what we got for today, y'all. Thanks for coming. Always a great time. Thanks to all of our guest panelists. Amazing crew. We'll come do it again next week. Barb, thanks for sharing yours. That was a great demonstration.
You're welcome.
That was
You're
very
welcome.
cool. And thank y'all for sharing this out to your social media too. We're broadcasting all over the place. Very nice. All right, we'll be back next Thursday to do it again, but come hang out in school so we can keep talking, so we don't have to wait till next week. And who knows what else I'll uncover between now and then. I'm going to put it in school. That's why you want to be there. So y'all have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
See y'all
Bye.
soon. Take care.